Hello and welcome to Basic Buddha. I'm your host, Joel Reisman. Thank you, panelists. This week we will be discussing the oneness of mentor and disciple. And let me start our discussion by reading a passage from Nichiren's writings. Quote, "In kindling a fire, 3 things are needed: a good piece of steel, a good flint, and good tinder. The same is true of prayer. 3 things are required: a good teacher, a good believer, and a good teaching, before prayers can be effective and disasters banished from the land."
I'm always inspired by the concept of connection in that I was told once by a teacher, I wasn't told, I heard in a presentation, this teacher who I respect a lot at Northeastern University said, well, a mentor is unique because you have a personal relationship with them, as opposed to just a teacher like if you'd go to a lecture and a professor addresses a number of students presenting information on a topic. But so for me, having a personal connection with this Buddhist practice through based on the teachings of Nichiren Daishonin, I feel like Nichiren Daishonin is a mentor. Mm-hmm. And I have tremendous enthusiasm for the benefit of this practice that I experience in my life. It's very enriching. It's great. Also, Daisaku Ikeda, who is the lay president or the president of the lay organizations throughout the world. He's definitely somebody who has interpreted Nichiren Daishonin's writings in a tremendous way. So, in a way, to say a tremendous way, in a way that has inspired me a lot over the years. And so I have a strong emotional connection. I'm inspired profoundly by this person. I've said to people before, he's somebody who since 1983 has presented a proposal to the United Nations for world peace, specific recommendations, discussions, analysis of circumstances in the world, and proposals for how to improve human society, if you will. So for me, that's profoundly inspiring.
Because you're receptive to it. So in a way, a good disciple is someone who is receptive. You have to have open ears and an open heart to receive a good teaching.
Mm-hmm. And Dave also mentioned one thing that constitutes a good teaching, or a teaching that resonated with you, which is some world message.
Mm. I think a good teaching, the best kind of teaching, that's like the famous saying, right? Like if you give a man a fish, he eats for a day, but if you teach him to fish, he can eat for a lifetime, right? Because you showed him how to sustain his own life. You made him free from his hunger. So the best kind of a teaching is a teaching that enables people to become free within the circumstances that they find themselves. That's the reason that I continue to practice Buddhism, is because I find that over and over again. Somehow I'm a really slow learner, so luckily life continues to teach me that it's possible to be free no matter what your circumstances. If you try, if you practice this teaching, you can become free. And so that, to me, makes it, that's the ultimate quality of a superior teaching, is that it has that characteristic of enabling people to be free.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's just complete a little bit what Alan said, because like I said before, I have so many questions, about life. My life was totally like in a hell by the time I started chanting, right? And then because, I have the sixth spirit, and I study, I connect, I found in Nichiren Daishonin's teachings the answers, for everything I was suffering like a hell.